everybody, it's Debbie with the Fancy Stamper. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing all right. It is Thursday, July 28th. I have to say happy birthday to my friend Ingrid. It's her birthday today. Yay! Anyway, I just wanted to pop on here really quick and show you these adorable little Nugget purse thingies that you can probably find them anywhere on YouTube or whatever, but I kind of altered them a little bit. I found them on a couple different sites and sort of liked what they did, but I wanted to change a few things because it made it easier for me. My handles kept coming off. So anyway, I'm going to show you how I did it just to make it a little bit simpler for you guys. And for those of you who use Nuggets, if you go to Target right now, you'll see that they're on clearance. Can you see this price? $184. And normally these bags are $369. So the reason these are cheaper is because they're from the 4th of July, which was a couple weeks ago. So anyway, there's no problem. You're going to cover them anyway with your cute little designer paper. And there's nothing wrong with them because I know I ate a few and they're fine. But anyway, it's just so much cheaper. And if you can get a few bags, throw them in the freezer while you're making them up. A few of us have craft fairs or things with kids coming up that we wanted to make some. These are just a really great price. I mean, they're already not a bad price, but heck, if you can get them for cheaper, why not, right? All right, well, let's get started. I'm going to show you some of the things we're going to need. And I know I just showed you some gold ones, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do right now. We're going to use these colors here. And this is some of our designer paper that's in our current catalog. And it has two sides. As you see, we're going to basically be using this side for most of it. What I like to do is I like to get a contrasting color for the little flap like this. So I find that it kind of makes your little embellishment look better. I've done it both ways. I've done it with the print and I've done it with the solid, and to me, you know, I prefer it. You can do it any way you want. I mean, I would make it your own, but this is how we're going to do this one today. And I have some of these faceted gems. Just so you know, I know they're on back order right now, but I have a special on my page right now, my shopping page, that if you shop with me, you will get a pack of one of these gems. It's your choice. The faceted gems either come in gold or they call it clear, but it's like a silvery color. Anyhow, I'll give you your choice if you order from my site. Just have to order, a caveat is, you know, $40 order, and you have to use my host code, which I have up here. It's Z like in zebra, C, another Z, HNESM. Anyway, I'll have this all printed on the site when I upload this, but just so you know, it'll be right here, and if you need it, just comment. I'll give it back to you. No problem. I have my little trusty bone folder, and I also have a little bit of glimmer paper here. I'm going to show you why. What I usually do is, you know, we have these cute little embellishments that we use from Stampin' Up. We have these, and then I just showed you these really cute ones. They work perfect. I love them. But we also have some other tools, and I just want to make sure you know about them. Just really quick, just a cute little tip that I have. I have this little 1/2-inch hole punch. It's actually a paper punch. It's not a it's a circle, but it's not a hole punch. It's just a circle punch. So I got that, and what I do is I have one of these little empty containers that was from something else that I had before. If I can open it, I don't know. It's really on there. Okay, great. What I do is I kind of put my leftovers in there that I've been using. So in this case, it's just the diamond glimmer paper, and you can cut these and have these little circles that work for so many different things. You can use them as embellishments. You can use them, if you didn't want to use this or you didn't have these, you could use them as a little fastener on here. You could put it on with a dimensional. Looks really good. One little tip though, when you're cutting these glimmer papers, they're kind of rough like sandpaper because of the glitter, of course. Flip them over when you're cutting them and then just cut this way so you can cut easier. I don't know why it works out easier. Shouldn't, right? But it does. So anyhow, I'm just going to cut a few because I'm probably not even using them for this project, but I just wanted to show you. I'm going to use this for something else. But just so you know, you can save these little extra containers and put your other goodies in there to help you out. All right, I'm going to be talking about these dimensions, but I'll also have those written on the bottom too, so you guys can see them. Just so you know, this piece here, this is going to be for the little flat portion I talked to you about in the solid color. So this portion is 1 1/4 inches by, it's longer here, but you're only going to need 1 1/4 by 2 inches for this one. So we'll cut that. And then on your designer series paper, you're going to need a 2" by 6" piece, and this is already in 6 inches. How convenient. So, and you're going to need a little piece of ribbon. This is just a contrasting ribbon. This is for your handle. This one I used our little mini sequins that are new for our new catalog that came out in July. This works really good, and I don't know about you, but I kind of like purses that have this little bit of bling on it. This is kind of a little bit of what I added to their different creations when I was looking online. But I do like how this looks, and it sticks on really good, and it just looks extra cute. Plus, this one had the gold paper. It had the paper from the Eastern Palace. So I just used that. But on this one, I'm going to go ahead and cut my 2" by 6 inches so that I'll have that. And that's going to be for the main portion of the little purse. And then we're going to score it. So the score lines are going to be at 1 1/2, and I just score it all on the same thing. This Stampin trimmer is awesome because you can score and cut all at the same time. The cutting blade is this little dark gray one, and can you see this lighter gray one? The lighter gray one is for scoring. So I just keep them at the top most of the time. So we're going to score at 1 1/2. So score line there. Then another one at 2 7/8, which is this little tiny line right there. So I'm going to go ahead and score that. Then we're going to score at 4 1/2 right here. And last but not least, 4 3/4. So there's 4 3/4. Then I'm going to take this away. Oh, one more thing. I told you I was going to cut this 1 1/4 piece at 2 inches. So let me cut that. Okay, so I'll get rid of this for now and put this to the side. Then what I like to do first is just kind of get a basic fold down, and I know you can, it's always harder to see on this side, but if you look at the print at the more solid side, you can sometimes see the lines better. It's always hard on video, so I can see them, so I'm going to go ahead and fold and score. You can use your bone folder, but these are kind of thin pieces of paper. You might not need it. Maybe for the cardstock you would, but for this you kind of don't. So let's see, where did my other line go? See, I can't even see it. Is it here? Yeah, here it is. Okay. All right, now on this piece here where you have the two little lines so close together, that's where I did the 4 1/2 and the 4 3/4, and then there's that little 1/4 inch in between right there. That's going to be the part that folds over, so that's going to be the part that you're going to use this on, the contrasting color. So I'm going to use that, and what I like for this project a whole lot is this liquid glue. It just keeps it in place. I don't know how it does it, but it does. So I'm going to go ahead and put some on here, and I'm always kind of overly generous with this stuff, so don't do what I do. And then I'm going to watch out where those lines are again because I don't want to go too far over. And then get that right on there. Just kind of hold it in place for a minute so you can see, make sure it's going to settle. While that's drying for a minute, what I'm going to do is cut another piece of this. What you need for your little nuggets are, you need, we're going again. I think I had a phone call, so it cut out for a minute, but I'm back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut the designer paper at 1 inch by 6 inches so that we can cover the little nuggets. Okay, so this is a 1 by 6 piece right here. And then all I'm going to do is cut that at 3 inches because you need 3-inch long pieces for each nugget, and I only have 2. So I'm going to bring the nuggets over here. Now, I'm going to use snail, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to put a line of this on there, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap these. But what I tend to do, because I think in California it gets so dry, you know, we have hardly any humidity, that what happens is our adhesive sort of dries up and then it comes apart sometimes. So I'm just gonna put a tiny piece of tape on here, and no one will see that because it's gonna be stuck down, okay? But I do want it to stay there, so that's why I do that. And this one too, I'm just gonna get this one wrapped around, just kinda pull it like that. We get a little piece of regular tape, nothing special. And then I'm gonna tape that down the rest of the way so that those are fully covered. And now I'm gonna take my little Percy thing that I had before, and I will glue those in there. But before I glue them in there, I'm gonna use my Scalloped Tag Topper. And this is the part I'm gonna scallop on this side because again, this is this portion right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and scallop it. Just kind of slide it in there. Give it a little push, and there we go. All right, so now you can see it's kind of coming together, right? Okay, so this is where our little nuggets are gonna go, and again, I'm gonna use my Tombow here because it kind of holds it in place a little bit better than the snail, at least in California it does. So I'm gonna stick those in there, and they will dry, and they will stay there. Like good little nuggets. Good little nuggets. You guys stay there. All right. And then last, what I'm going to do is put my little handle on there. And all I do is I kind of slide it around underneath, I make sure it's straight. If it's twisted, it won't look right. And then again, I find that little line, and I'm going to use, I'm not going to use a Tombow here. What I'm going to do here, because I know this sounds crazy. I've been experimenting with this actually. And the reason is because, again, I've been having some trouble with adhesives in our weather lately. We've just had bad weather. It's just really dry. And then I know if I go to a craft fair or if I go to a party, I don't want these things coming apart. So I'm kind of sensitive about that stuff. So I've been trying a few things. This is what seems to be working for these things lately. I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this snail on here now because it's basically gonna get it where I want it right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this one over. You cut the little ribbon at 5.5 inches long, and then you just sort of have it meet in the middle. Don't try to have it go just to the very edge because this doesn't work out well. You'll have to trust me on that. I've tried it. So okay, so you go ahead and get that all the way down, and then what I do is, yet again, I just pull out my regular tape, and I'm going to get that taped on there. Remember, no one's gonna see underneath here, and once the kids or whoever rips it open, they're not gonna care if there's a piece of tape under there. So just don't worry about that kind of stuff. Now, last but not least, we're gonna adhere this together. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and adhere that. And to do that, I am now going to use the Tombow because that will keep it stuck on there. This stuff works like a charm. I love it. So I'm just gonna use it on this section here. I'm just gonna smear it around. And again, I have to be kind of careful because I kind of get a little heavy-handed with it. So I'm gonna smear it all around. And then all I have to do is kind of hold it in place for a minute and make sure that the edges are straight. It's not that hard, right? And you can kind of fit your fingers back in there. I don't have the biggest fingers in town, but even people with bigger fingers than me can probably fit their fingers in this little space. It's not a big problem. So just go ahead and hold it down until it kind of gets set a bit. And then what you can do is just set it down. It'll dry the rest of the way. Okay, and just let it dry you're gonna let it dry for a minute. And this is the part where we're gonna look and see, do we wanna use one of these glimmer dots? Because that would kind of match with the handle. Or do we wanna use one of these little, I kind of like the glimmer dot better, don't you? I do. All right, so I know, what else I saw that I thought might work? Actually, on this one, I bet you the pearl would look really cute. Let me take a pearl out too. I did the pearl on some Christmas ones. It was adorable. Okay, here's the pearl one. Oh, that does look pretty, doesn't it? Pearls always look good with lavender for some reason, but then I like glitzy stuff too, and the glitzy would match. I might just have to go with the glitzy, I don't know. All right, the other thing I was gonna say is some people get like one of these, okay, obviously red doesn't match, I'm just doing it to show you. They do something like that, the glimmer paper, and then they'll put something else on top of it so that it kind of frames it. Well, that doesn't match, but you see the point I'm going for, right? Okay, so we're not going to do that here. All right, I'm definitely going to go with this glimmer dot. That's the one. It won the prize. It's going to get to go with the special project. Okay, and I have my little special pointy tool that helps. I don't know how it does, but it does. Alrighty, now this does have sticky stuff on the back, but again, just because we've been having a little trouble with things sticking around here, I'm going to grab my my glue dots, because these things, it's very hard for glue dots to not stick to anything, because glue dots are so sticky, and that's why we love them so much. So I'm going to go ahead and stick an extra glue dot on there. Then I'm going to position it on here, wherever I want it. Try to get it in the middle if I can. And I'm going to push it from behind. And there you go. So that is our little purse. I think it's so cute, don't you? So that's our project for this morning. I'm going to make a few more of these, and you can make them in all different colors and all different patterns. You can use any kind of designer paper you have. You can use Christmas paper. Halloween stuff is coming up. Different metallics. There's just no limit to what you can do. So I'm going to leave you with this. And again, if you want to, go to my site and get an order in before the 31st. You can get a special gift from me, which would be a pack of one of these glimmer dots. Either color, it's your choice. And I will give you that gift if you spend at least $40 on my site. All right, well, have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.